Next up, we have Facebook, which is a social media giant, which listed in 2012. It's run by Mark Zuckerberg. It also owns Instagram and WhatsApp and Oculus Rift. It has a market cap of $347 billion, a PE of 46.67, and also pays no dividends. So this,
Yes.
I mean, I was actually going through the numbers again of the amount of subscribers, and it's just phenomenal.
Crazy.
I think Facebook's at 1.7 billion, WhatsApp has
Yeah.
just crossed 1 billion,
Yeah.
and Instagram is over 500 million.
I know, and when you actually put Messenger and WhatsApp together, they've got over 2 billion active users of the messaging sites. They're not making a dime out of those yet, where that could potentially be a big catalyst for them. They've now sort of come into the video area, where they've seen what YouTube have done, and they've actually brought this onto Facebook, where people can now do sort of live video, they can do 360 photos and all of that. And then obviously we know from the advertising side on Instagram, they've actually got these 60-minute video ads that you can actually now watch. It comes up on your feed, sort of it goes on what you like on Facebook, what you like on Instagram, and it sort of just brings everything to you that you might be interested in, which is very, very, very
I think it's
intellectual.
It's extremely it works, you know, because for example, I was going through my feed the other day and this cooler box popped up that I just had to have, and you know, I went and bought it online. And it's something I would never ever have bought if it hadn't come up, and I think that happens a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's happened to me as well. So, but to put it into perspective, what I found interesting is the fact that Facebook has really gone, and where it was sort of a major concern initially for the company, they've gone and they've capitalized on cell phones. So on smartphones, they now earn about 80% of their revenue coming from advertising on smartphones, which is massive. And when you look at what people say, you know, the other thing that's actually working for them is this new marketplace that they've created, where they're connecting buyers and sellers with each other on Facebook. And when you look at people advertising through the different Facebook sort of streams, they say 60% of those people have actually increased their return on the revenue that they've been making from that advertising, where when you compare that to what people say about Google, it's about 42% and only 25% when it comes to Twitter. So Facebook is definitely getting it right in a much bigger way than anyone gave them credit for initially.
And I guess it's a natural profiler, because you know, if you're buying on the marketplace, you can look at someone's page and see if they're a real person or not, rather than Gumtree, where someone just tells you to come and meet them at their house. You know, it's a lot easier. Yeah, exactly. So I feel that marketplace could also work. But Mark Zuckerberg also talks about how they could potentially monetize that Messenger app, and that's via, instead of going to apps specifically to look for things, you basically just type in questions through the Messenger app, and it brings up what you need. So you say, you know, what's the weather going to be today? So instead of going into your AccuWeather app, you just question the app, and it comes up and tells you what's going on.
The weather thing is interesting, because Facebook already tells you now what the weather picks up where you are, and then it tells you what the weather is. But I agree, that could be very interesting, and that sort of brings me to the next company we're going to talk about, because they're already doing a lot of that in some of their WeChat.
Yes,
it's going to be nice, but of course.
Well, let's have a look quickly at that graph, because I know it's been a great story. I think that little dip over there was the winning of Trump and the anti-globalization sentiment pondering around. But I certainly think any dip in this share price is a good buying opportunity.
I agree, and you know, when you consider the fact that Google now has, Facebook has about 1.7 billion active users, and you look at the population worldwide, it's 7.5. They still have a lot of space for growth.
And a big chunk of that is China.
Exactly.
But they are apparently building certain models that censor certain things, which might allow them to enter China. The Chinese government
I'm
might
thinking
be
they're going to get this right sometime soon.
And Mark Zuckerberg seems to be fantastic quality. He's not there for the wrong reasons, not there to make a quick buck. He actually really wants to change the world, and he has, and he is.
He has, I agree.
So hot or not?
I'm hot on Facebook as well.
Agreed, hot on Facebook. We do have some in the portfolio, so we're staying long that one.